The dark truth about the NEET race. You wake up before sunrise. Your desk is covered with biology diagrams, chemistry formulas, and physics problems. A countdown on the wall reminds you that NEET is getting closer every day. Millions of students are doing exactly the same thing. At first, that sounds inspiring. But the real answer is far stranger. Because the NEET race is not just an exam. It is one of the largest competitions on Earth. Every year, more than 2 million students register for NEET. They all have different backgrounds, different dreams, and different reasons for choosing medicine. Yet on exam day, they sit down with the same question paper. Most people think NEET is a test of intelligence. It isn't that simple. If intelligence alone determined success, every school topper would become a doctor. But that doesn't happen. Why? Because NEET tests something much bigger than knowledge. It tests endurance. Imagine running a marathon that lasts for 2 years. Now imagine that marathon takes place inside your mind. That is what preparation feels like for many students. Day after day, month after month. The same chapters, the same mock tests, the same pressure. Psychologists call this delayed gratification. It means sacrificing today's comfort for a future reward. The famous Stanford Marshmallow Experiment explored this idea. Children who resisted immediate rewards often achieved better long-term outcomes later in life. NEET preparation is delayed gratification on an enormous scale. While friends are traveling, watching movies, or enjoying holidays, many aspirants spend their time solving questions, not because they enjoy suffering, because they believe it will lead to something greater. But here comes the first dark truth. Hard work does not guarantee success. That sentence feels unfair. Because it is. A student can study for thousands of hours and still miss the required cutoff. Not because they are lazy, not because they are incapable, but because competition changes everything. When millions compete for limited seats, success becomes relative. You are not competing against a fixed standard. You are competing against everyone else. This is what makes NEET psychologically different from many other exams. Your performance matters, but so does everyone else's. A score that seems excellent one year may not be enough another year. And that uncertainty creates anxiety. Researchers such as Daniel Kahneman have shown that human beings dislike uncertainty even more than many actual risks. Your brain wants guarantees. NEET offers none. That is why even well-prepared students often feel nervous. Their fear is not always about the questions. It is about the unknown. Then there is the coaching culture. For some students, coaching institutes provide structure, guidance, and discipline. For others, they become symbols of constant pressure. Huge classrooms, massive test series, rankings displayed for everyone to see. Sometimes motivation, sometimes stress. The reality is that coaching is neither entirely good nor entirely bad. It depends on how it is used. The second dark truth is that comparison never ends. You score 550. Someone scored 600. You score 650. Someone scored 700. You become trapped inside a race where the finish line keeps moving. Social psychologist Leon Festinger described this tendency through social comparison theory. Human beings naturally compare themselves with others. The problem is that comparison can slowly steal satisfaction. Instead of celebrating progress, students begin focusing only on what they lack, and that can become exhausting. Then there is social pressure. Relatives ask questions, neighbors ask questions, friends ask questions. Sometimes people mean well, sometimes they don't, but the effect is often the same. The student starts feeling as if their entire identity depends on one exam. This may be the darkest truth of all. An exam score is important, but it is not a human being's value. Yet during preparation, many students begin to treat the two as identical. A good score means they are worthy. A bad score means they are not. That belief is dangerous, because human worth cannot be measured by a number printed on a result sheet. History shows this repeatedly. Many successful people failed important exams. Many top scorers later struggled. Life rarely follows a straight line. Still, the pressure remains. Why? Because medicine represents something powerful. For many families, becoming a doctor symbolizes stability, respect, and opportunity. Some students genuinely love science and healthcare. Others carry family expectations, many carry both. That mixture creates emotional weight, and emotional weight can become difficult to manage. Researchers studying burnout have found that prolonged stress without adequate recovery affects concentration, motivation, and mental health. Ironically, trying harder is not always the solution. Sometimes recovery is sleep, exercise, breaks, synviarsation,